You ever notice how people drive around with a garage full of junk while complaining they're broke? If you don't have any friends that do that, it might be you. How about that rusty grill? Maybe you got a pile of copper wire or a random chunk of metal that's been sitting behind the shed since the Clinton administration. Yeah, all of that is money. And that's where Premier Metal Recycling comes in. These guys know value, like real value, not internet math, actual cash value. Whether it's scrap steel, copper, brass, aluminum, Premier Metal will tell you what it's worth and put money in your hand. Honestly, it's one of the few places left where cleaning out your garage can actually pay off. They have two convenient locations, 909 West Linden Avenue in East Rochester and 11 Carnes Street in downtown Rochester. You can also check daily pricing and exactly what materials they're buying at premiermetalgroup.com. Or, if you're feeling friendly, give them a call directly at 585-436-4020. Premier Metal Recycling, because your junk pile might actually be your emergency fund. You never think you're going to need a personal injury attorney until you do. It's not something you plan for. 1 minute you're just living your life. Next thing you know, you're dealing with an accident, an injury, missed work, and a whole lot of stress you didn't ask for. And here's the truth. Insurance companies, they've got a plan. They know exactly what they're doing. The question is, do you? That's why if it's me, I'm calling Connors and Ferris. They know the system, they know how to fight, and more importantly, they know how to take care of people when things get messy. You're not just a case file to them. They walk you through it step by step and make sure you're not getting pushed around when you're already down. So if life throws you one of those moments, don't try to figure it out alone. Call Connors and Ferris or visit connorsandferris.com with offices in New York City, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. Because when it matters most, you want someone in your corner who actually knows how to win. Connors and Ferris.
When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Welcome. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thank you for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Look who's here.
Woo! What's going on, baby? Happy hump day, Bill. It's Wednesday. I'm fired up, baby.
I know.
We're halfway through this week. Lots going on.
There is a lot going on. There is. Sometimes it gets to be just
too much.
You know what it is like I spent most of my morning looking at what am I doing and how do I make things the most
life? What am I doing in life?
No. I know what I know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, how do I take doing my podcast, producing other podcasts, the company growing. There's other facets that I don't really want to talk about right now, but all that stuff, right? Grad school and, just being a dad and then trying to, all these different things. So I sat down and for about 90 minutes, 2 hours, I really went through and developed what I call an operating system.
Did you write it all down?
No, not only did I write it down, I built an entire system on spreadsheets.
Oh,
that I'm going to print out and put in a book. And I go, this could be something that I wonder if other people could use it as well. It is a really, really, it's really good. It's really good.
Well, if you're happy with it, absolutely.
Oh my God. It's like, it lays it all out. I have to print it out. I can even show you, but it's just one of these things where I think for a lot of people that life becomes overwhelming. And so instead of almost completing something, you're doing 60%, 40%, 20%, and nothing's really getting done.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, what did I do today? You know what I mean?
Good point. I do.
And so you want to like figure out, how do I finish things? And so I'm like, I need an operating system, and my stuff, like, there's so much that if you made a list, it almost feels like a bookcase fell on you. You're like, hey, where do I begin?
Yeah.
So this would just give you 3 main things you've got to do every day, right? These are my main things.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a weekly review, a monthly review, and
you review yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. You got to sit down and
be
do
hard on yourself.
Well, I mean, you got to sit down and like almost do like a CEO meeting with yourself, you know. And it's all the shit I used to do, but you had, I don't even know, because I felt like I had more time, and I did. Right. I was just doing morning radio.
Right.
And being a dad.
Yeah.
And a husband, and that was it. There was no, other stuff. I mean, there was shit like, the lawn needed to be mowed, and or the guys I hired to mow the lawn and ran over something for the fucking pool. So now I got water spraying out of it. There was always something. The house needed to be painted. I mean, whatever. So it's all those things. And it's like,
I got a spreadsheet too.
Do you?
Yeah. Every month I print out the upcoming month, and I write down when I'm working, what's going on, Billified, dog sitting, golf league.
Well, it just gives you
try
like
to get an idea of what I'm making, write down important bills, just to, just kind of take a look at your life. And
I know it sounds like nerdy and shit, but I think it's very important. And I think like if I call it the one-legged duck syndrome.
Quack.
Where a one-legged duck just swims in a circle. And I used to say it about my mother. Like, I would say it all the time. She's a one-legged duck right now. And she would get, let's say everybody would be at my mother's house, and we're all trying to get out of the house, and we're going to go do an activity together, whatever it is. I don't know. And it's like you almost needed to build in 20 more minutes, and it's funny to see my mother today. She was up for her 79th birthday. Mm-hmm. And it was her birthday. And I think, what were we doing that day? There was somewhere. Oh, she wanted to take everybody to the sandbar. So she had made reservations. Okay. And she wanted her grandchildren that live here, and me, and anybody we wanted, and she wanted to do this. Okay. So I get up, I make her a big breakfast. I like eggs, bacon, pancakes, mimosas, and all this. I have music playing out on the deck. She gets up. Oh my God, this is so nice. And she does decaf coffee. So I have the decaf coffee made, right? All this. And I'm just trying to make it smooth and nice. Because my mother, we used to call her birthday, and I sound like I'm picking on her. I love her dearly. But we used to call her birthday the High Holy Days. So it was like an entire month of shit with her. Like, you know what I mean? And
you always pick on your parents a little, I think.
Yeah. So now I wanted to do a podcast with her. And I thought we could get it done. And then she wanted to go because she's graduated from Nazareth College. And my father went to Fisher, and she certainly was familiar with Fisher. And she wanted to see and drive through both campuses.
Yeah.
And I thought that sounds lovely. So I said to her the night before, around 11 o'clock, going to bed, why don't we plan tomorrow that we'll go do the podcast, we'll drive through, we'll come back, we'll pick up Jameson, and we'll head down to Canandaigua. Jordan and his girlfriend will be joining us, and we'll do that. Okay, wonderful. So
sounds like a plan.
I lay out the plan.
Okay.
I make the breakfast. I do all this stuff. And we're sitting there, and I'm watching. And she got up later, but she had, my sister called, my brother called, a friend called, somebody else called.
She needed a little extra sleep.
Well, I don't know. She needed time because she was on the phone and stuff. So then I I put on like some James Taylor because she loves James Taylor, and so, I mixed some Rod Stewart. She always loved Rod Stewart, so I have this mix going out on the deck, and there's curtains and things that kind of shield the sun, and it's nice. There's a light fan and all this shit.
Did you get all this from The Notebook? Was that in that movie?
No,
it sounds very nice.
No. It's how I feel like at my age, I want to live this way. I can't live the other ways anymore. I just can't do it. So I can't. I'm sorry.
As I've heard for 3.5 years. But go ahead.
What do you mean?
Well, you're changing your ways.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think that like when I was married, you had adult shit. Mm-hmm. You had adult artwork. You had adult stuff. Change your life around. It takes a minute to figure it out. And I have this porch, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting curtains up, a carpet down, nice furniture. I want plants. And I did it. And I'm just like, I just figured this is what I'm doing.
So she comes out and she's
sitting there and she's eating her breakfast and she's listening to music and she's on her phone. And I get up and I go, hey, it's like 11:45.
Hey, let's go.
No, I just say it's 11:45. And she says, okay. And she's just sitting there. All right. So I get up, I clean up everything from breakfast, wash dishes, the dishwasher, pans, boom, bang, boom. And I see her feet are up on one of the ottomans that are out there. And I go, okay, there's no movement here. There's nothing. So now.
Now it is her birthday.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. But I'm trying to, in my head, there's these things, right? Mm-hmm. So then I said, I go out there. I said, may I get you anything? How is there? I go, listen, I'm going to get in the shower, but here's the time now. And I think it's like noon, right? And she made this reservation, and she made it for 4:00 at the Sandbar.
Plenty of time.
Right. So, okay, there's not. This is the problem. This is what I'm saying. No, I'm joking. But this is what I'm saying, because it's like when you don't have a busy life, you get to take things a little more leisurely. And I'm not saying she doesn't do things. She's producing classes, adult learning for Bard, and she's taking classes, and she meets with her coffee group. My mother also volunteers where she'll drive people to appointments. Mm-hmm. So there's a gentleman who has Parkinson's disease, and he takes a boxing class on the other side of the river. And so why is that funny? Why is that funny? Because I got to tell you something in a second that I saw a news story.
John, you got to stop with that jab. It's terrible, but you don't really think of somebody with Parkinson's being in a boxing practice. Come on, Rock. Go for the ribs.
Well,
don't let the bastard breathe.
Yeah, and Jesus, that's funny, because I'm telling you, I got to tell you this story later.
He's really good at jumping rope.
Yeah, the skipping rope would be terrible. My dad had, how dare you, son of a bitch? My dad died because he had Parkinson's.
Sorry.
Just came up on the 1-year anniversary, and this is how you do me. This is what you do to me. It's like when I called you.
I don't remember him having Parkinson's.
I'm teasing you.
Yes, I know you are.
I'm teasing you. No, boxing's really good if you have somebody for Parkinson's, because it's the repetitive motion. I'm not a neurologist.
And it works your muscles. I mean, any kind of
Sure,
activity,
and I can't tell you why boxing is so recommended. Mm-hmm. Not a neurologist, but it is recommended. And I have a friend who is teaching a class at the Y for people with Parkinson's disease, and it was rather filled, which is a little nerve-wracking to me. I know of
so many people have Parkinson's. There's so many people have Parkinson's and want to be a boxer.
No. They don't want to be a boxer,
okay,
Doug. They're not looking to get in the ring.
How many rounds is it? Can I be a cart girl?
I got to tell you, here's the
not a cart girl, a card girl. Round 1.
No, be the cart girl. You got to come out with the walker, because they got to.
All right, break up your walkers.
That would be the funniest fundraiser. to have a Parkinson's boxing match.
And betting on everybody?
Oh, God. And then you have the card girls, but they come out with their walkers, and the cards are
I'd be hitting
taped.
it.
They're taped to the front, but they're trying to get around the ring. You got to build in an extra 5 minutes for that into every round.
In this corner from Philadelphia, the southpaw, Tommy Hickok. His opponent from Minnesota, the cold bruiser, Adam Walbach. All right, watch the rabbit punches. Make sure you don't drop your teeth in the ring.
Here comes Shake, Rattle, and Roll. It's terrible because, but here's my point. Like, these classes.
It's a terrible nickname. I love it.
What, Shake, Rattle, and Roll?
Oh, yeah.
I don't float like a butterfly. I shake like a leaf. What's disturbing is how many people I know on a very personal level that have Parkinson's disease. You know, I was just with Brother Weeze. He has Parkinson's. I was just his buddy Joe T, who I really
remember that name. Yeah,
I love Joe T, worst producer ever in radio. We said it at the comedy club when we did it, and I wanted to jump up and say, Joe T used to order bike parts during the show. Like, we used to go, bro, what's next? And T be like, what? He's like, what do we got coming up? He's like, I don't know. I was just ordering new pads for the bike. It was so funny.
Was it a good night?
Yeah, that was a great night.
Yeah.
But just the number of people that have it. So and for those people that believe in karma, right? And I think a lot of people said that,
I saw the one expert or the reel that Laura asked you if you believe in karma, and you just.
I said it's bullshit.
Bullshit, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do think it's bullshit. But I'm saying if you do believe in karma.
Yeah.
Do we get it back? Or are we going to have Parkinson's?
Boy, I have worried that a few times.
I'm sure.
As many jokes as I told.
Yeah. I mean, look, I always think, why waste the time worrying? Why do that?
Yeah, like Spartacus said.
You got it.
Yeah.
So my mom then is still like eating breakfast and stuff. So then finally she's going to get in the shower. Well, that's another 45 minutes to an hour. So now we're looking at, like, we're coming up on 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
And I knew this was going to happen.
How long does it take to get to the sandbar?
30 minutes, probably.
So as long as you're out the door at
but she wants to do these other things, and she's leaving the next morning. So it's like, how do I make this?
Well, if it's not important to her, it shouldn't be important to you. Ma, I told you. We had to go.
Well, it was.
I think you're worrying a little too much.
I knew all these things were important to her. And selfishly, the podcast was important to me because it was fulfilling a grad school assignment.
Oh, well.
I had to do
doing your homework. I had to do your side.
I had to do an interview with an older adult, someone over the age of 65. And it was a pretty deep interview with questions that were prompted. I turned it into a podcast, and my mother then said, I want to listen to it before I say it's okay to put it out. Because she said stuff. I mean, things like, one thing I would have changed is I wouldn't have gotten married at the age I did. And it shows you the societal pressure, not societal pressure, but what is the societal norm that we just step in line with, maybe unconsciously. Mm-hmm. But everybody that she went to college with was getting married right out of college. My mother went to graduate school to get a master's degree and finished when she was 24 and got married.
Yeah.
And think about that. 24. Now, I was 28. Mm-hmm. Not that much older, but my mother said just knowing who you are, I think, would have changed the different things. And I go, yeah, you've got to really get to know you, because a lot of times you're coming right out of your parents' house who conditioned you in a certain way.
Yeah, and then you're in
certain
behaviors. New house with not a stranger, but living together with somebody, total different game changer.
Right. And all the things, though, but we're conditioned in a certain way, and I think you got to sort through that and go, well, how they did things was bullshit, and I don't like it. I didn't align with it, but I know no other pattern, so I just do.
What's been strange to me in the past 5 to 7 years is listening to old people, friends of mine, and when he gets up I sometimes hear him getting up in the morning. I'm like, oh, from your room? And he's no, in his room.
Yeah,
like,
they don't sleep together.
They don't sleep together.
Yeah.
Because you got maybe CPAC or snoring or whatever.
Well, there's snoring, and then a lot of times, too, men will get up and pee 2, 3, 4 times a night.
The muscle thing, the leg.
Restless leg.
Yeah. And I'm like, you don't sleep together? Like, no. Not for a couple of years. And I'm like,
here comes Jimmy Leg. He's a hell of a boxer. No Parkinson's, but that leg could go off at any time.
We should put this together. But that's just weird. Or, I mean, it was unique to hear for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, you never heard of people?
I have never heard of people sleeping.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird, too, that my grandparents slept in the same room, my dad's parents, but they had separate beds.
Oh, like Lucy and Desi.
Yeah. Well, because in television, they couldn't show.
I think the trivia question is the first couple to see.
Was that Mary Tyler Moore?
No, I think it was Fred Flintstone that they had the same bed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that.
And that was a primetime show, I think, at the time.
Their sponsor was cigarettes. I think it was Cool Cigarettes something, or Winston or something. Yeah.
They'll make you healthy.
Yeah, Yabba Dabba Smoke, man.
So when I finally, now my mom gets up, I say to her, look, it's 2:00. I said, why don't we do the podcast after Canandaigua? I said, it'll be a little bit later. Well, how do you feel about that? And we'll go drive through the campuses now. And she said that was a great idea. So she and I take off. And I had maybe one of the most, this is going to sound so weird, but maybe one of the most wonderful one-on-one experiences with my mother that I have ever had in my life.
Good.
Yeah, it was great. And watching her, we went up, her senior year, she lived in a house that's up on a hill. If you drive down East Avenue, and just as you pass the last entrance for NAS, because there's 2, right, ways in, and up on the hill on the right is a house that when she was there, seniors could live in it. So she won, and it was we went up there. I said to her, would you like to walk the campus? Well, let's just drive through. And the campus has changed immensely since she was there, but it is Nazareth has done an unbelievable job with the space that they have, and it's a really pretty campus, which with acreage and stuff, right? You can really, it goes back. So we go up to the LePuy house, and she gets out, and we're walking around, and she starts peeking in windows, and I swear to God, I started videoing it, and I don't know what to do with this video. It may be one of my favorites ever, but she turns around, and it was like she just got filled with her youth. She said, I lived here 59 years ago. And she started telling the stories about how one night she and a friend, everybody went to some dance, and they didn't go, but they drank here and put on gowns and danced around in the front, whatever, young women would do. And it was so interesting. And then talking to her later when we do the podcast, I said, there's many very interesting things being done with time. And that the idea that time is not linear as the way we see it. That time, there is a belief that everything happened at once. And they've done things where everything
happened at once, like the Big Bang Theory?
That there's different timelines, and time is not
the multiverse.
It sort of, kind of, but so like even in this thing, there is a whole study that was done where they had people. They gave people a list of names. It was a double-blind study, which means the person practicing the study doesn't know who is, let's say, sick and who's not, right? Mm-hmm. And you're given a list of people, and you have to pray for the people to, all it was an example in prayer, right? So prayer and intention and prayer and intention. And they do this, and they found that the people that were prayed for had a shorter hospital stay and recovered quicker. And I forget what it was, because it was something that is deadly. And
so if I write down 10 girls I want to bang and pray for 5 of them.
Hey, no. You know what? Try it. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it's wrong.
Right.
I to my point where you said, I saw you say karma's bullshit. I don't believe the universe gives a shit about.
You don't?
No,
There's
I
some
do not.
unexplained things. I believe there's definitely something out there that can change the playing field, level the playing field. There's just too many things I've seen in my life not to believe that, without a doubt.
I just don't. I think that
and karma, I don't know. If you get a flat tire, you're like, that guy got karma finally. Is that really karma? I mean,
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I would. So anyway, with this study, right? Just to give you a little thing on time. So that's what happens. So let's say you do pray for that. Mm-hmm. Here's the twist. Here's the twist. And remember, double blind means the person doing the study doesn't know. All he knows is, it was a guy. All he knows is the people on the list are in the hospital with this ailment. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he gives a list of names. You are to pray for them. You're going to pray for them, and the rest of them we're not praying for. The people that were prayed for had a faster recovery and got out in a much shorter time. Here's the interesting part of this study, and this is where time comes in. Everybody that was in the hospital from 1994 to 1996.
Okay.
The study and prayer was done in 2000.
Oh, okay.
So it was right. So I go, right, you got to be a little bit like critical and go, somebody fucked around with the list and they knew.
Right.
It's a double blind study.
Right.
They were just given lists of names, not told when they were in the hospital, not told anything, just even the person conducting the study. So that shows you, is our perception of time not right? And if you talk to people who believe in quantum physics or study quantum physics, they will tell you, don't let time control you. Let time move through you, which is an odd thing to try to wrap your head around, right? Try understanding what that philosophically means. So,
well, philosophically, I just heard that the compass was invented before the watch. So figure out your path first,
sure,
and not worry about time.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Like, you know what? That's
brilliant, because that's what it is.
Yes.
And there is no time that whenever it's happening for you, it's the right time for you. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else. Our friend Joel Lindley, crushed, right? I sent him a text. I go, I watched his the set he posted.
Both of them, or the first or second?
I watched the second one a number of times, but I saw them both from Kill Tony, and he's 59.
Yeah,
right. But he did a great job.
Yeah,
and it's like all those jokes that he has had for years. Some of them I've heard before.
Yeah,
but he delivered them great. He was just in the moment, and I thought that's the right time for him. There is no time. We do it. We fuck around with it. That's why people go, fucking it's over. I can't do it. But that's not true. That's not true. So what I'm saying was, as I watched my mom, I felt like I saw time move through her. And then we're doing the podcast later, and she said, I have arthritis in my knee, and I've been doing a lot of work because she's going to Europe for 3 weeks. And then she comes back, and she goes directly for a week in Cape Cod. She's living a fucking great life. So she's going to be traveling. She's in France, and then they're going to Copenhagen, and then to Iceland. And
now who's going?
My mom, my sister's family every year does a 3-week trip somewhere.
Okay,
yeah. So and they do, like, they've done this.
I mean, your mom doesn't have a friend she's taking with her.
No, she's going with my sister. Okay. So I guess my brother-in-law was like, you know what? You should invite your mom. And I think my sister at first was like, I would be. And your sphincter gets tight and go, what? And remember, it's one-legged duck when it gets overwhelmed. All of a sudden it's like, oh, what time is it? So, but she's doing that. She said to me, there was uneven ground. She's in sandals. She said, I didn't have one ache or pain. She said, I approached, like, there was this little, like, culvert ditch, like, where they were just letting maybe the rain had carved it out from the gutter as it ran off, and it was uneven. And she said, I paused there, and she said, I had no problem moving through that. And I went, isn't that interesting? And I watched this person, like, almost glow. It was a fucking weird thing, dude. And I have the video, and I have to talk to her because I'd love to put it on social media and stuff. It was so fun to hear her talk about. It was like she was right back there at that moment.
Yeah.
And we're standing here with your son, who, by the way, is 55 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. And it was just interesting. I don't know. All right. There it is. For Dougie Fresh. Woo! For the 65-year-old grandpa who was not doing what I said people do, and he was okay. For the man taking the photo. Well, the video, right?
Video.
Yeah, I apologize to him as well.
For all those...
For the Parkinson's patients, I apologize. For the man, the
Rocky
blind
97.
man. The blind man who burned to death in his apartment or smoke inhalation because his jacket caught on fire when he rushed up against the stove. Turned on the burn. I don't know. Something doesn't add up to me there, but I apologize to he and his family. Anything else that I may have offended today?
You didn't wish me happy birthday.
When's your birthday?
Monday.
Is it coming up Monday?
Yeah. 56 years old.
Wait,
July 27th.
Oh, you're July 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had my head in books.
That's all right.
July 20th. Happy birthday, Doug.
Thank you.
Should we have? So you're disappointed? Oh, I should have had a cake.
No.
Strippers. And a little.
You want to come over to my dad's Sunday?
Gift for you. I'm not going to be in town.
Oh.
I'm out of town for a birthday.
Yeah.
For people I really care about.
Right.
I'm teasing you.
I know.
I would love to have come, but I am out of town.
They'll be Manhattans.
Good. For Dougie Fresh celebrating his 56th birthday. Woo! Somebody help him blow out his candle. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time. When it comes to home improvement, you've got choices. Let's say there's a hole in the bedroom wall, and somehow nobody in the house knows how it got there. You could fix it. I mean, there's always YouTube, right? But 3 hours later, it's going to look like a patch job. Not even a good patch job. And how about that leak under the kitchen sink? Yeah, you said you'd get to it, and that was what? 2.5, 3 months ago? If we're being honest, we all have that list. The one where deep down, you're not totally sure you've got the skills to pull it off. If it's my list, I'm calling Mac of all trades. Holes in the wall, handled. Leaky sinks, done. Full kitchen remodel? Yeah, they got that too. And hey, warmer weather's coming. How's that deck looking? Need it extended? Rebuilt? Outdoor patio? Don't be a deckhead. Call Mac of all trades, 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. And you can see all they do online at macofalltrades.net. They'll handle it, so you don't have to.